I'm joined here in studio at the Mothership by Phil Schreier, my good friend and senior curator at the NRA Museums. Phil, welcome back to Cam & Company. How are you, sir?
Fine. It's a pleasure to be back.
So here's the plan, Phil. Cam's off this week, taking much-deserved time off. Cameron and I are filling in. So Cameron and I were plotting. It's like Thursday's usually Curator's Corner day, but instead of doing the regular, nothing wrong with the regular Curator's Corner, I said, why don't we do a special in-studio Curator's Corner with Phil? He'll come in, bring a firearm. We can, kibitz a little bit. And so Cameron said, great idea, come on down. So we wanted to go ahead and do this, and we're going to play it back during the program today. So thank you so much for doing this. I'm excited.
It's a pleasure.
So what have you brought for us today?
I brought one of my favorite little pocket pistols. It's a Remington Model 51 in .32 caliber. And this is a little bit of competition for the Colt 1903 and 1908 pocket hammerless pistols, as well as the various models of the Savage that had come out beginning around 1907. But this didn't come out till just about the end of World War I, 1918. And it had a decent run. They made about 64,000 of them, and that lasted till about 1926. And then they cut off production, and they made the model in .32 and in .380.
Okay.
Now, this is a .32. The .380 is a little bit rarer to find. There were fewer of those made. And out of about 64,000, this is 62,000. So this is right towards the end of the production run.
So explain a little bit the difference between .32 caliber and .380.
Well, it's just a matter of popularity of the rounds. The American market likes the .32 a lot. The European market likes the .380, which is a smaller 9mm, basically.
Right.
And the Remington company in 2014 kind of came out with a modern version of the 51.
Oh, nice.
And that was in 9mm. Regular 9mm Luger. There were some technical difficulties, we might say, and most of those guns were recalled by the factory to fix various feeding problems and function problems. No safety problems involved, but
right.
just feed and function. And so those guns actually are really rare today because if you send them back, Remington said they'd get back to you, and if you looked at the September issue of American Rifleman, the cover gun was the new R51, and they sent that back to you, and that's a retooled, bit different, visually very different than the original, and so those are other R51s, the 2014
right.
16 guns are collector's items. Don't shoot them,
right? But still
collect them.
Yeah,
if you can find them.
It's like the coin that got misstruck at the mint or something like that. If you have one, it could be worth a lot of money.
Yeah, the post office says, "Oh, send us those stamps with the planes that are upside down back to us."
Yeah, we'll take them. We'll take care of them for you.
Don't do
it.
don't do that.
So, Phil, let's talk a little bit about calibers because, going through the progression of time with firearms and also just progression of time and then also calibers. There's so much back and forth about a good caliber to carry, to stop, to do all that. What's your take on, a 32 or 380 versus a 9 versus a 357 or 45? People get into handguns are all into stopping power and everything. So,
yeah, it's first off, it's a matter of personal preference. That's what I think it boils down to. Everybody likes to talk about stopping power. Well, friend of ours, Joaquin Jackson, famous
right.
Texas Ranger, he was asked in a interview one time, well, why do you carry a 45 with you? And he said, well, that's easy. They don't make a 46. So, bring as much gun as you're going to need. Don't underpower yourself. The FBI, after the Miami shootout, did a detailed study of police versus criminal firefights that had taken place over like the last 10 years. And I think the conclusion they reached was most firefights occur about the distance of a car hood. So if you're looking at distance, it's going to be fairly close. So it's about shot placement. Where you hit somebody, obviously. The 32 is a lethal round, as is a 22. I mean, the old sage, you can, what do you use on an elephant? You can kill an elephant with a 22. It's all about where you hit it. But personally, if I wasn't worried about bulk or concealing the gun, I want my 1911 45 or my SIG 220.
Right.
And if I'm going around town like I did this morning to come here, although that is unloaded, we checked twice. I prefer a 32 or a 380. And I like the Colt 1903 is a wonderful gun, and this gun functions real well.
I've got a Colt Commander in 380 that is surplus gun. My brother's a police officer in PA, and I got that. It's something, it's got to be practical to carry all the time. You're going to be lugging around all the time. So I agree. So Phil Schreier, thank you so much for the special edition. Before you go, of Curator's Corners, tell folks how they can learn more about the NRA museums, where they are, and online as well.
Well, NRA Museums has become a vast empire now, and we have our flagship museum right in Fairfax, Virginia, just about 12 miles outside of Washington, D.C., and you can visit us 7 days a week coming off the Interstate 66 in the intersection of Route 50. That's from 9:30 to 5, 7 days a week. A few major holidays were closed, so check there. We offer guided tours at 1 o'clock every day. We offer a guided tour. Well, not every day. Monday through Fridays, we offer a guided tour. You can find us in Springfield, Missouri, at the NRA's National Sporting Arms Museum at the Bass Pro Headquarters flagship store in Springfield, and that too is open 7 days a week. And we also have the Frank Brownell Museum in the Southwest at the Whittington Center in Raton, New Mexico.
Which, by the way, if you've not been to Springfield or Raton, please put them on your destination. Not just for the museums are great locations and facilities. And my goodness, Phil, that now they just opened the Wonders of Wildlife Museum out there, along with the Sporting Arms Museum. Wow, what a fantastic place! And Raton, the Whittington Center, is just gorgeous as well.
It's amazing. Yeah. And of course, if you can't find your way down those trails, we're always on the internet 24/7 at NRAmuseums.com.
Yeah, beautiful online assets as well. It's great stuff. Phil Schreier, Senior Curator at the always growing and vast NRA Museums empire. Thank you for this special edition of Curator's Corners. Thanks for coming by, and have a Happy New Year, sir.
You too, John. Happy New Year.